certification as a health coach as well. And this is my partner, Sarah Miriam, and Miriam. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Sarah Miriam. I'm also a health coach. I'm a doctor certified health coach, specializing in families with young children. And I will be living and talk to you a little bit about living and detoxing at home.
So this is the first of a series of events that we're going to be doing in the evenings once a month. And it's just our way of introducing you specifically to Young Living, to the oily lifestyle, to not only oils but oil-infused products, and how they support this healthy lifestyle, right? We all want to be in a state of wellness. We don't want to be having illness and disease. So we're going to show you how you can have this balanced body that's going to function at its optimal level. Let me see a show of hands, people that are in Young Living currently, or distributors, and then those that are brand new. Brand new? Brand new. Welcome. Well, enjoy. If you have any questions as we're going, along, you can raise your hands, and also at the end as we, discuss everything. Just some things that I have to do because the FDA says that I need to do this. Essential oil testimonials are an effective way of learning and sharing. With this knowledge, we can take control of our own personal health. However, products and techniques mentioned here are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent. Information provided here is in no way intended to replace proper medical help. Consult your health authority, whomever that may be. And our progress is based upon the use of Young Living genuine therapeutic grade essential oils and supplements. What would work on me may not exactly work on you, because you may have, your pH may be different from me, your DNA, your genes are different from mine. But in general, we're just going to tell you about, the oils and the products. All right, so most of you, since you are in Young Living, you've experienced the oils, you know what the oils are. Oils are the lifeblood plant, a lifeblood of the plant. When a leaf is torn from the plant, you'll see this gooey liquid substance form. That is because of the essential oils, right? The essential oils are like the immune system. They help keep the plant healthy. And we are living beings, the plant is living beings, so we work together. So when we put an essential oil on our body, whether we ingest it or it's in a supplement, it's so intuitive. It knows where it needs to go. It knows what it needs to do. There are oils that resonate with different parts of the body. So there are oils that are going to support the brain. There are oils that are going to support the digestive system. There are oils that are going to support the immune system. There are oils that are going to support the skeletal system. There are single oils like cypress, peppermint, lavender. Then there are blends, and Young Living takes a lot of time and a lot of energy goes into formulating these blends. These blends are specific to specific parts of the body. So we have a wonderful blend called RC. RC is for respiratory congestion. It is loaded with, eucalyptus oils that are very supportive of the respiratory system. Other oils that, that just help you to breathe. Then there's a blend like Digize. Digize is going to support the digestive system. So single oils, blends, there's so many wonderful oils out there that we can use. So I am going to turn this over to Sarah, and anything that you hear of that we're speaking about tonight, it's specific to Young Living oils, because there are a lot of oils out there. You go to Whole Foods right down the road, you go to your vitamin store. On the bottle it says 100% pure. If you turn the bottle around, it will say, do not ingest, do not to give to young kids, which, as Sarah knows, she gives her oils to the young kids. And some of them even say do not give to adults. That's because the FDA says that even though you have a bottle of peppermint oil there's not just peppermint oil in there. A company only needs to put less than 10% of peppermint oil in that bottle. So 90% can be a synthetic, can be just some carrier oil. It may smell like the Young Living oil, but it's not. So you just have to be careful what oils you're dealing with. But tonight we're dealing with Young Living 100% pure, top of the line. So Sarah, your turn.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
How can we follow you if we're
Oh, what's my Periscope? Try Nature's Nest, Sarah?
Thank you.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, let me know. So, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Should I talk? Okay, good. Like I said, I'm going to be talking to you about detoxing at home. A little bit later on, I'll share my personal Young Living story, but I'm just going to briefly let you know how, why this is so close to me is for many, many years, about a decade and a half, I worked in child care centers, and so I've experienced a lot in terms of seeing children and teachers battle illnesses ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, and I see how I've seen how they try to combat it with things that are just so awful for our bodies, and I've seen the long-term, if you call 15 years long-term effects of it, and how we think that by disinfecting something with a toxic substance, it's going to kill everything and we're going to be well. And it may kill a lot of stuff now, but in the long run, each year you're going to get sicker and sicker and sicker. Your immunity starts to go down. You're depleting your body of that natural immunity. And there's just so much more other stuff that goes on. And of course, with the rise in all sorts of terminal illnesses out there, and the connection between cancer and all these toxins, people are now thinking about the products that you use at home, in your environment, what you clean with, what you diffuse in the air or plug in to make your house smell better, whether it's your house, your classroom, your workspace, whatever it may be. And so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit. So this goes for any of those environments. But we've all heard that our skin, and if we haven't, it's okay, you hear it now. The skin is actually the largest organ in our body. It's not just a barrier, that keeps everything in. It's actually an organ, and it's filtrating everything. So if something goes on your skin, it's going into the bloodstream. It's going into your body. And that's why we have to really be conscious and think about what we're putting into our body via the skin. So I have some questions for you. What is another term used to describe spring cleaning? Just some trivia, get your brains going a little bit. Anybody want to give it a guess? Throwing all your husband's junk. That's where my favorite. You like nothing, lazy is the new green, let So it's actually, I would say, having a toxic chemical party is really what it is. Or what it has been. It doesn't have to be that, but that's really what it's been. I know my mom, in particularly, I hear it every time when she goes through one of those spring cleaning fits, and then she's got like asthma for weeks, and she can't breathe, and she's coughing up a storm. That's because you're having a toxic chemical party right now, Mom. Anybody else experience that when you use the traditional products? Yeah. So, and if you know anybody who works in house cleaning, housekeeping, I can only imagine what is happening on the inside of their body as they're day in and day out being exposed to that. Bless you. Think about that. So, one of the biggest culprits in terms of toxins in the home is triclosan, and it's found in antibacterial soap, antibacterial hand sanitizers, and it's actually a known pesticide, and it's used in, like I said, so many products, especially products that we use on our young children and the youngest. I see it all the time. I know when you have a baby or a toddler, you almost always go for that hand sanitizer before you go to the sink. And when you do go to the sink, you're going to the sink for an antimicrobial or antibacterial soap. And this is what you're actually putting on their little hands when you do that. Parabens is another known culprit, and it's used as a preservative and germicide. It's found in most skincare products like lotions, creams, deodorants, and it's also been found in breast cancer tumors. It actually has been banned in Japan, Sweden, and is under the review in the UK. By now, it might even be banned in the UK, I think. So, you know, there's a lot of countries that don't even allow parabens in their skincare products, but we still do. Platelets is another known culprit, and it's found in cleaners, lotions, body sprays, deodorants, plastic packaging that we handle all the time, and we seal everything with, especially food. And it is a known carcinogen. It's linked to birth defects, lower sperm count. It is also linked to lung, liver, and kidney cancer. It's very damaging to the reproductive organs, and it actually can be very hormone disrupting. It was linked to early puberty in girls, which I thought was very interesting, you know, because it's like, you know, as the years go by, you start to see like they're just developing younger and younger. And, you know, with a lot of it, you know, some people say hormones in the cow's milk and this, it's so many things. But yeah, think about what are we putting on their skin, into their bodies. So that has a lot to do with it. And again, this is another culprit that has been banned in many countries in Europe. Fragrances. Anybody here that see that word on the ingredients? Well, if you look on the ingredients of you know, the products you buy, do you ever see fragrance on there? Whether it's your candles or your hand lotions or whatever it is. Well, it's found in so many things: perfumes, shampoos, everything, and it includes platelets, neurotoxins, and synthetic musks. And it is one of the top 5 allergens in the world. It's some of the things that it can be attributed to, that it can be linked to, is loss of muscle control, brain damage, headaches, memory loss, speech, hearing, and vision problems. I don't know about you, but I'm good with no fragrance now. I get my fragrance from oils. And one scent I'm really drawn to lately is Into the Future for whatever reason. That's a lovely one. It wasn't part of the presentation. I have it and I love it, so you know what? I'm going to pass it around so you can experience it in case some of you are new and you haven't. I love it. But it's really, you can use it as a perfume, you can use it as a cologne, because I think it's got that unisex smell. And I just love it. Okay, so the next known culprit is the toxic chemical party, is the sodium lauryl sulfate, or otherwise known as SLS. And SLS is found in shampoo, soaps, conditioners, cleansers, toothpaste. It's used to degrease engines and floors, and it's used in clinical testing to purposely irritate the skin. Yeah. It's banned in Europe and Canada. It can cause hair loss, cataracts, rashes, and the effects on the brain, heart, liver, and other organs are only starting to develop. You know, like be really linked and found, and it's just growing.
Could I ask a question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you buy a shampoo and you see that sodium lauryl sulfate, in other words, you put that right back, it would be on the bottle that you buy in the store?
Yeah.
It would be on there.
Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of times they just put SLS.
That's what I
to try
realized.
to get away from.
Yeah,
the full
but
name.
in other words, you would definitely see that, so it's something to look for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you either see the full name or SLS, most of the time you'll see, like he said, the SLS.
No, I realized that. It's just that
Yeah.
I wanted to
And
be sure.
it's really fun when you pick up a bottle and there's like 5 of them on there, you know?
Well, what's
It's
even
all
better when there's 20 different things and you're trying to figure what's not good and what is good.
Right. Let me share a story about that. I was, a few years back, I had broke out in this, what they call perioral dermatitis. Have you ever seen like eczema and psoriasis? Well, it was around the mouth and nose. It's like the worst place you can get it. Literally, my skin was, it was almost like acne and a rash, but at the same time, the skin was dry and flaking off. And it itched so bad. It was horrific. And of course, you know, there's a lot of like emotional and psychological things that happen when something like this is on your face, because, you know, if it's on your arm, you know, your feet, your knees, you can hide it. On your face, you can't hide it. You can put makeup on it, but it's only going to make it look drier and crustier and worse. And it was really a really traumatic time for me. And so, of course, I went through a series of allergy tests and, you know, dermatologists and everything like that. The first thing the dermatologist said to me was, "What kind of toothpaste are you using?" I said, "Colgate Total." This was before you. Colgate Total. She goes, "Well, stop that." Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was all right. I had already joined Young Living, but I was only using the oils, and I refused to buy their personal care products because I thought my upline's just trying to sell me more stuff. I'm gonna be honest, that's what I thought. My upline's only trying to sell me more stuff. The oils are expensive enough. I'm staying with the oils, and I'm using all the stuff I've been using for all these years. And that started to happen, and I said, you know, and honestly, you know, whether it was my body trying to detox and tell me, wake up, I'm trying to clean all these things out of your system and you keep putting them back, you know, or whatever it was, I'm thankful now that it happened because I learned so much and I made that change that I otherwise wouldn't have made. You know, if it was, like I said, on my knee, my elbow, I would have probably kept trying to hide it and kept masking it and just lived with it. But on your face, there's no living with something like that on your face. And so, you know, of course she said, you know, I can't say that that's what it is, but she goes, perioral dermatitis, you know, is associated with a bunch of things, one of them being fluoride in the toothpaste. And then, and of course I was, you know, I also have my Bachelor of Science and I'm interested in that stuff, so of course I just took to articles and medical journals and I start looking up and I find out she's right. You know, there's all these like medical journals talking about this association. They can't prove and they don't know why, but it's associated. They go hand in hand. And so one by one I started, you know, shampoo, toothpaste, shampoo, everything. I no longer put anything on my skin that is not plant-based and natural and free of all these toxins. You know, and it may cost a little bit more than the other stuff, but in the long run I've saved so much money over the years because there's less doctor bills, there's less prescriptions and over-the-counter things that I was trying to put on to, you know, mask it and make it better. And the steroids, they make it better for a couple of weeks and then you get this flare-up that's worse than the last. And so, you know, I just wanted to share that because you know, that was an experience, and I don't know if any of you have thought that before, but I tell people, I'm not afraid to tell people, you know, I used to think, you know, I was biased against this whole MLM thing a little bit, but I've clearly been won over. Thank you. What do you think of that into the future? Just try to get through. So here's some top 9 reasons to avoid SLS. It's corrosive, it's a pollutant, it's irritant, eye damaging, pesticide, mouth ulcers, trichosamines, nitrosamine, penetration enhancer, and mutagenic. Yep, it mutates DNA. So there's so many reasons. Okay, here's another one, propylene glycol. It's found in cleaners, shampoos, lotions, deodorants, and toothpastes. And can you believe some of this stuff is actually on the things that we put in our mouth and on our skin?
That's the ingredient in antifreeze.
Antifreeze, yep. It's linked to kidney damage, liver disease, dermatitis, which, you know, that was a form of it, and it can damage cell membranes by causing rashes, dry skin, and surface damage. So this is, you know, a big one. Another reason to, you know, switch your toothpaste over. Probably a big culprit of what happened to me. You know, talk about rashes, dry skin, all of that. It was everything. Okay, alcohol. Most mouthwashes, you know this, right? They have alcohol. So they contain more alcohol than alcoholic beverages. And, you know, I've even, you know, in school studied and learned how, you know, some alcoholics will even go as far as going into pharmacies to drink mouthwash mouthwash and things like that. You hear it, it's horrific. It literally has more alcohol than alcoholic beverages. And that's what you're putting into your mouth at least twice or more times a day. And it's linked to cancer of the mouth, tongue, and throat. It acts as a solvent in the mouth, making tissues more vulnerable to carcinogenics. So when you're using some of these toxins, you're now more prone or more open to those carcinogenics actually damaging your cells. You know, your body tries to protect you. It can handle a few carcinogenic things, you know, on a surface, a little bit, let's say, but it has a threshold. And then if you're adding all these toxins that are making you more vulnerable to it, you know, you're like welcoming them in. Like, yes, carcinogenics, come take over my body and do it as you please. It's really awful. So, DEA, I'm not going to say the word. You can spell that. It's found in over 600 home and care products. It's a suspected cause of cancer as well. And nonylphenols are used in cleaners and shown to disrupt hormones. I don't know if any of you have dealt with or know somebody who's dealing with it, but it's becoming more and more common, I think, where people are having hormonal imbalances, whether it's, you know, low estrogen, low progesterone, or too high or too low. And, you know, there can be so many causes, but, you know, this is definitely something to keep in mind. Petrolatum is found in lotion and lip products. It's a carcinogen and endocrine disruptor. And also, there's metals like lead, aluminum, arsenic, mercury, nickel, iron. They have estrogenic effects on breast cancer cells, and the aluminum is the #1 ingredient in most conventional antiperspirants. Do you know that? Check the ingredients on your deodorant. So here's an interesting fact. Have you ever looked on the cleaning products in your home for ingredients? The conventional cleaning products, anybody look for ingredients on them?
No.
No? Anyone who has, did you find any?
No.
They don't have to list the ingredients.
I'm a full brush distributor,
Oh.
cleaning products, right? So we do check out things like this.
Yeah.
In fact, the company did a turnover on a lot of the merchandise
Can you
because
speak just a little bit louder?
the company did do a changeover on a lot of products because of the things that we were not allowed to put into it.
Yes.
So I tend to read
Mhm.
what's in the products. So a lot of this stuff I'm understanding.
That's great.
Mhm.
I'm happy to hear that there is a company looking to do that turnover, you know, and hopefully, and I think, you know, God willing, we'll see more of that. I think we're starting to see a turn, you know, in general. But you still have to be so careful because even though some companies are taking it upon themselves to start that turnover, they're not required by any, you know, agency to to list the ingredients and to not put a lot of those things in there still. You know, according to whatever government bodies that they're under, they're still allowed to put those things in the products that you're using on your kitchen table, whether it's the floor your baby's crawling on or your pet's you know, everything, the stuff you're putting on your body. And they don't even have to tell you what's in there. They don't have to list ingredients. You know, I challenge you, the next time you go to the grocery store and you go down that, you know, cleaning aisle, look for ingredients. Most of the time you can't find it. Scary, right? So not all green products are created equal. And you have to be aware of this because, you know, just because it says it's green doesn't mean that it's actually, you know, that eco-friendly or green. Because again, a lot of it is a marketing term. Here's some tips to reduce the toxic chemicals in your home. You can use a damp rag when dusting instead of, you know, the other stuff that's infused with all those other things. You can let fresh air circulate through your home frequently. Open up 2 windows on opposite sides. Open up, you know, the sliding door in the back and the front door. Let the air in. It's so needed. Here's another one too. When you're cooking, because so many of the toxins in the home are actually created also from cooking and the fire and everything. So run the vent, even if it's on low. Run the vent every time. Wash non-organic produce in fruit and vegetable wash. The Thieves Cleaner and lemon oil is a great way to do that. Now Young Living does have a specific fruit and veggie wash, but even if you don't have that specific, Thieves Cleaner is actually so safe and effective that you can wash. Think about it. What other cleaner is there out there in the world that is tough enough to clean the grease on your oven and tough enough to clean your toilet, but yet safe enough for you to wash your fruit with? And I actually, my daughter spilled a bunch of grapes on the floor, and I just, I was out, but I had the Thieves, so I washed them in Thieves, and I was fine with that. And so they had a little cinnamony taste, but they were great. They were great. Use natural plant-based cleaners. Young Living has many options. Also, another tip I'm going to tell you: if you're not quite ready for the Thieves Cleaner, your kids come with Citrus Fresh. Everybody has Citrus Fresh or lemon, one of those oils. Half and half vinegar and water solution in a glass spray bottle with about 10 drops of your favorite citrus oil. It sanitizes, it cleans, and it smells divine. And it doesn't leave any streaks on glass either. It's so awesome. So, something so easy as that. So there's a lot of options for making your own too. There's a lot of options for making your own natural cleaners. You can, use any of these oils: cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, thyme, spruce, lemon, lemongrass, grapefruit, melaleuca. They're great for cleaning, especially the floors. When you get that spruce, or even some of the pine oils are great for that. Some of the best Young Living essential oil blends for cleaning, I would say, are Thieves Purification and Citrus Fresh. And in my kitchen counter, I keep 2 glass jars, spray bottles rather. A friend of mine actually told you can buy them on Amazon. They're not. I mean, yes, it's a glass bottle, so it's going to be more expensive than the average plastic bottle, but it's so worth it, and they're really durable. And I just refill it, and so I have a brown one for the Thieves, and I have a blue one with the vinegar, so I know which is which. And that's all I do. I don't use anything else to clean anything in my home. Whether it's the kitchen, the bathroom, or whatever. That does it. Sometimes I sprinkle a little baking soda, and then I spray the spray, and that really fizzles up, and it does the trick. And just so you know, in case you're new and haven't really experienced the Thieves Cleaner, I have a bottle there, right? Yep. So there's a big bottle, bigger than this, and then there's this bottle, but sorry. This is not all the cleaner you get. A lot of people look at this and they go, what? This will last you so long. Anybody use this?
Yeah.
Wow, look at all the hands. How long have you been using it? How long does this bottle last you?
About 6 months,
3 to 6 months, depending on how heavy the job, right? So my spray bottle is probably about the size of this. It's like I said, a glass spray bottle I got from Amazon. And you literally put 1 to 2 capfuls of this in it. The rest is water, and it's so effective. So effective. So this, you're using a capful or 2 at a time. There's these ratios in the back here, so you can, like basically for glass, for light degreasing, heavy degreasing, and most cleaning applications. It's like it tells you how many parts of cleaner per parts of water. So there's like 1 to 30, 1 to 50, or 100 for glass. This will last you a long time. Yes.
Also, too, if somebody's concerned about having a glass bottle and they want that, you were talking about the refill.
Yeah.
So once you finish that, save it, and then you can get just a spray top. And
Yes.
You can mix you can dilute it and mix it, and it looks pretty on the counter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody hear that? And another trick, I'm glad you said this, it reminded me, another trick a friend of mine told me is the olive oil bottles. When her olive oil finished, she saved the spray top from one of the old cleaners, and she put that, it went right on the olive oil bottle. And so that's, what she used. And I was like, oh, that's a neat, thrifty, be resourceful. Use what you got, So, and, I don't know, should we talk to her? Or should we wait?
At the end.
Okay.
So we're doing the raffle, and this is going to be some of the stuff that we're raffling off. So.
Are you excited about that? So let's talk about that thieves cleaner we love so much. It's 100% plant and mineral based. It's non-toxic, and it's made with therapeutic grade essential oils. It's organic and biodegradable materials as well. Sorry, that's okay. I thought you were asking. It's a natural mold cleaner as well, and it's in its concentrated form. You can do it. I've seen when the grill. There's pictures. You could probably Google it. When the grill gets all. You saw that? The grill gets all crusty with all the stuff. And thieves. That would be a time where you would use it full strength and not dilute. But how often do you do that? So, it fights household germs without harming your health, and it smells great. One of the reasons why I love this so much is because, vinegar and water is great and it disinfects, but is it really helping my body detoxify and heal from all the things that I have been putting into my body over time, So, and I think about that. When you're using something like Thieves that has so much, health benefits because of the organic products and because of the plant-based and mineral-based products in it, it's not just cleaning your home, it's actually helping you and the environment heal from past toxins, and I don't know about you, that sounds great, right? Doesn't that sound good? Because we're full of it from everywhere we go. Okay, so like I said, all you need is that one cleaner, really. All right. I talked a little bit about, the ratio, so I'm not going to really go over this page, but
Don't take away.
okay. You want to take a picture?
Yeah.
If any of you want any parts of any of these, you can also email me and I can send you the information.
Yes.
So it's Sarah, SARAH, at naturesnest.net. Sarah at naturesnest.net. Yes.
I'm sorry.
.net. N-E-T. Yes.
Sarah at nature.
Yes. Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at naturesnest.net.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are we good? Can I take this one? And I went ahead and talked a little bit about this. When you don't have Thieves Cleaner, what do? Who remembers? What's my number one? Vinegar and water. Yep, it's perfect. This one you really can't see. I'm sorry. I tried to cram so much stuff in. Yeah, this would probably be one that I should email. So here's a good air freshener. 12 drops of lavender, lemon, or eucalyptus, or a combination of all, to 1 quart of water. Shake it really well, and like your Febreze, that's a good option, a good alternative. I'll say it again. It's 12 drops of lavender, lemon, or eucalyptus, or all three if you want a little combination, and to 1 quart of distilled water. Shake it before you spray. You can spray the room, or you can spray fabrics. Stain removal. Use a drop or two of lemon essential oil on stains and let it stand. Rub with a clean cloth and then throw it in the laundry. Another tip too with a lemon that I recently found. I cloth diaper my daughter, and I don't. I know a lot of people cringe when you hear that. Because what do you do with the poop? What do you do with the poop? They don't have any stains, her diapers, and so what I do is with the poopy ones, right? I put them in. I rinse. Obviously, of course, you like dump the stuff where it should go, and you rinse to get all the parts off. But then I rinse it in, I put like in a little bucket through, or even in the wash. I throw them right into the wash. If it's just like one or two, I do it in a little bucket. If it's, a full load from like 3 days, then I put it into the wash. Vinegar, sprinkle baking soda right over it, and throw in some lemon or lemon oil. And then you put it out in the sun. And it literally, the sun, I kid you not, the sun with that lemon, baking soda, vinegar, water combination takes away all your stains. Yep. The sun does the scrubbing for you. And then after that, I put it through the wash with just the detergent, just to really because when you leave it out in the sun, you'll see some of it goes away, but it still looks like it has a stain. But that's because it has nowhere to go. So once you put it through the wash, then it takes all the stain away. You're smiling. Have you?
Well, I'm smiling because my mother used to, when she washed the dish towels and everything, she used to spread them out on the trees out in the sun, and they were pure white.
Yep.
And let me let you know, she did live to be 100 years old.
Wow.
She needs a, she's not here, but I love her. Right? Well, a lot of the stuff, like we're going back. We're getting back there. We learned our lesson. We wanted it the easy way, and I think we learned our lesson. And now we're really seeing that this is not the easy way. This is not the easy way. So, all right, it's very simple and cost effective. This little bottle is going to help you a lot. Take away a lot of stains, a lot of degreasing. It even gets gum out of your hair, so many of your kids' hair, so many things. And in that bottle, that's the 15 milliliter bottle, it has 250 drops. So if you think it's not cost effective,
Wait, what size is the bottle?
that's the 15 milliliter bottle. It has about 250 drops. So think how far that can go. If you're looking for like cost effective, people say all the time, I even used to think, I held off joining on living, even though my coworker, the infant teacher in the room, was always putting her oils. I was going to her class and your oils. I refused to buy them for months because I was under the they're so expensive. They're so expensive. And when I finally, when I finally learned what I learned, and I did join, and then after a while, I'm like, why did I do this sooner? Like, it totally is not. It may seem that way, but when you start to do the math and when you start to experience it and live it, you see it is so much more cost effective in so many ways. Not going to go off on a rant, but so the harmful chemicals that you apply on your skin are much more toxic and pose greater risks in terms of like cancer and not just cancer, but all kinds of illnesses that are just now showing up. Than if you eat them. You get that? Just applying it on your skin, it poses more of a risk than if you eat them. And that's according to Dr. Samuel Epstein from Toxic Beauty. If you want, you can look that up. It's really good resource. And that's a little trivia. 26 seconds. That's all it takes for it to enter your bloodstream from your skin. If you didn't want to know what's in your personal care products before, do you want to know now? So you are not just what you eat. I hear that all the time. You are what you eat, but you are what you put on your skin too, and your hair, and your teeth, and your nails. So let's talk about oral care, which I know I jumped ahead before too, but it's 100% safe, 100% toxic-free. It's infused with essential oils. Again, this piece is, that's the golden piece in terms of all of this, is that it's infused with the oils that are helping your body not just avoid the toxins, but it's helping your body heal, or it's helping your body support its natural systems that help to get rid of all the things that have been built up in your body. It's unclogging receptor sites in your cells. There's so much benefit to using the oils in these products. Because again, it's not about just eliminating the toxins. You know, we have to kind of undo a lot of the damage. We talked about that already, right? So there's 26% ethanol in the average mouthwash, or you could just have plant-based, natural. Fluoride is an endocrine disruptor, and there's a nice study there for you. But do you know that it's in a lot of our drinking water too? Yes. Yeah, I know there's some reports coming out about that. The Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste, I love it. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to try it. It's so good. And it's SLS free. That's the best part. There's also the floss. And for my kids, they love the sleek, oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank? Orange.
Kids scent.
Thank you, the Kids Scent Sleek toothpaste. They love it. It smells like orange. It tastes like orange. It's so good. I love it. I would use their toothpaste sometimes. And here's so I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, and I have a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old loves to, of course, follow everybody wherever they go, including the bathroom. And she got a hold of their toothpaste and literally dumped it all out and like. And I had that moment of like, and then I was like, not gonna harm her. You know, like it's not Colgate. It's like, you know, of course we clean it up. And I'm like, you can't do that. But I was like, I had that moment where I was like, this feels good. I can relax. She put something in her mouth, and it's like I don't have that fear of like, you know, oh my God, it's so toxic. So there's just some of the stuff on your shampoo. You were asking about shampoo before. Yeah. You know, it's good for car wash, not good for your hair. And there's the lavender shampoo and conditioner. It cleanses, nourishes, and restores balance in your body and your hair. So essential oils plus MSM protect skin against chemicals, cleaners, and harsh weather. If you haven't used that gentle hand and body lotion or the lavender body lotion, try it. And then there's of course all the soaps. If you like a hard soap, they smell so good. So good. And the best part is, again, no chemicals or synthetic preservatives. And we talked a little bit about deodorant. And I mentioned aluminum. Did you know that in your deodorant you also have parabens, all that stuff, platelets, triclosan. And triclosan we talked about way in the beginning, right? And here's an interesting piece of information from the European Journal of Cancer. Women with breast cancer who shaved their armpits and applied deodorant regularly were diagnosed 19 years earlier than those who did neither of those things.
Right, it's true.
How many of you shave your armpits and apply deodorant? Think about that. Not saying you shouldn't shave. I'm not that crunchy. I'm not that far along in my crunchy ride, and I'm ready to, you know.
Oh God.
All right. So these are, I love these. The mint one is really, I like the mint one. I don't know why. It's like it's so fresh, but they're free of all that stuff. So we do have deodorants as well. And then these are the kid products. That's the toothpaste I was talking about. My kids love it. I have it on Essential Rewards, and I always get like 3 or 4 at a time. And you know, it's a growing stock of it, but I kid you not, I just, you know, because sometimes it'll go out of stock, and I never want to be without it because I don't want to put any other toothpaste in my kid's mouth. And they love it. They love it. And I always love giving it to somebody too, because you know, like you always have an extra that you can gift away. Here's a nice question for you. Interesting trivia. You ready to get your brains working again? What's the average number of personal care products a woman puts on a day?
500.
The personal care products. Chemicals is a different story.
Oh, personal care?
Yeah.
10?
You're right around there. It depends, right? But I'd say at least 15. At least. Right? The average woman will put on at least 15 personal care products a day. In those 15 personal care products, how many chemicals do you think there are? In each one of those products, how many chemicals do you think there are? Too many. Yeah, I would say so. MSM aids in the production of what antioxidant? For those of you that are science minded. Food is what chemical is a mouth irritant and known to cause canker sores? SLS, your favorite. All right, so that's it for this detoxing the home part. But I hope that it was eye-opening and that you learned a lot. I'm gonna turn it over to Danielle, who's gonna talk a little bit about detoxing your body. You know, because you got to start with the environment. But like I said, it's not enough to just get rid of the toxins. You have to undo a lot of the damage. So just give us a couple seconds. If you need to grab some water in the meantime.